Welcome to the Cloud Foundry Morning Edition, Episode 15. My name is Stormy Peters, and I'm VP of Technical Evangelism at the Cloud Foundry Foundation. Good morning, and welcome to the Cloud Foundry Morning Edition, Episode 15. I'm Stormy Peters, and I'm going to be talking to you about what's been happening the past week in Cloud Foundry. So it's been kind of a quiet week, but a lot has been slipping under the radar, so I just wanted to update you on some of that and give you pointers to other information. First off, the Cloud Foundry Summit in Santa Clara, the biggest event of the year. We're expecting about 2,000 people. The call for papers just opened, so if you were planning on attending and wanted to speak, now is the time. And the call for papers is a little bit short. It ends the end of February, so get your best submission in now. Other big news, the ECS, the people that made the handout I showed last week, they joined the Cloud Foundry Foundation, so they are our newest member. There's a blog post interviewing their CTO on our blog right now, if you'd like to go take a look at that. We also have a lot of new stuff on the blog. There's a series about Abacus by Dr. Max. It's a 3-part series. I think 2 parts are out now, or the second part will be out Friday. We also have a new series by our Cloud Foundry Japan Meetup group. They're doing 100 days of apps in a series of posts. So we're like on the second post. So look forward to seeing more of what they're doing in Japan, getting apps running on Cloud Foundry. It's really awesome. The Colorado Meetup group is meeting next week. They're having Digital Globe, another user talk. They're doing an amazing job of getting users speaking at their meetups. So if you are a Cloud Foundry user and want to speak at a meetup, meetups around the world would like to have you because they're really very popular to have people speak about how they're actually using Cloud Foundry. We had a number of people speaking at meetups too. We had our normal slew of meetups, but in particular, I know that Casey spoke at the Sydney meetup, and for the first time, he spoke in his hometown of Pittsburgh. I find it kind of ironic he traveled around the world. This is Casey West speaking at all the other meetups and not at home. Dr. Nick gave a very popular talk about why do I need to learn Cloud Foundry. I just learned. You could probably put name your tool in there, but I forgot what tool it was. There's a link in the notes to this. And then I have a couple of projects going on that I could use help with if anyone wants to help. We are kicking off the expert certification. So this is not certification of the code, but certification of people, showing that they know Cloud Foundry. And we are kicking off what's involved in that in an in-person meeting March 1st and 2nd. So if you work at a company that hires Cloud Foundry experts and would like to be part of defining what it is you'd be looking for, or if you are a Cloud Foundry expert and would like to help define what you think is involved in using Cloud Foundry, we would love to have your participation there. You can apply just by sending me email, stormy@cloudfoundry.org. I'm also started a Google Doc to edit our Wikipedia page. We'll have someone not affiliated with the foundation submit the changes, but if you want to help update the page, it's woefully out of date. So looking for particularly neutral people to help update that page. And then the CAB call, if you don't participate in the Cloud Foundry Advisory Board meetings where all the PMs, did I say that right? Right acronym, all the PMs get together and give updates on their projects. It's very informative, and they're actually doing a survey right now about what you would like to see in that meeting. So if you used to attend and don't attend now, now's your time to give feedback and say what you'd like to see there. If you do attend and you like it, you should say that too. And if you attend and you'd like to see something different, please chime in. But there was a lot of updates in that meeting, and Altoris took notes, and they're on their blog. I have a link to it in the notes. But just to give you a flavor of what was happening there, the Mega team got 2 new members. There was actually a couple new teams launched. So IBM and Pivotal launched a new team together called a Bit Service team. It's in the incubation project right now. SAP started working on Abacus, and they added support for MongoDB, and now they're working on Abacus Concourse. There's a new persistence team. That was the other team I was thinking of, led by Ted Young, and it's called Percy, I think. Percy? It's called Percy. The persistence team is called Percy. And they would like to know, their question of the group at the meeting was, they'd like to know what sorts of distributed file systems Cloud Foundry users are using and how they're using them so that they can do the right things in the persistence team. In addition to the teams getting new members and new teams being formed, there were a lot of updates. The command line interface team has been updating all their docs and integrating that with CF Help. They've added routing. They've gotten routing working with CLI to support. The routing team is working with the CLI team to support multiple app ports and TCP routing. The BOSH team announced that EMC released a bare metal CPI called Rack HD. The BOSH team's also BOSHifying all the build packs, so they're supporting the BOSH release of each build pack. They're in the middle of that. You can see which ones are done and which ones are coming up in the minutes. And there was a whole bunch more. That was kind of the highlights that I noted to call out here. I think it's interesting. There's new teams going on, new work happening. If there's stuff you're interested, now is the time to reach out. So with that, I will just leave you with the reminder to please submit your best talk to the Cloud Foundry Summit, which is happening in May. You need to get on that by the end of February. And if you'd like to help with expert certification or with docs or with Wikipedia or any other projects that I mentioned or speak at meetups, please reach out. Until next time. Thank you for listening to the Cloud Foundry Morning Edition. This has been episode 15, and I'm Stormy Peters, VP of Technical Evangelism. Talk to you next week.